It's the NFL on EA Sports. And we've got CeeDee Lamb. He went well over 100 yards a week ago and found his way to the end zone. It's the Cowboys and the Giants, and it's coming up next on EA Sports.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, it's week 3, and we've got a good one in store between the Dallas Cowboys and the New York Giants. Alongside my partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, Charles, you take a look at this Giants ball club. They were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams.
Two 1-1 teams here, each looking to move over 500, and we're underway here in week 3. From the 6. So here are the Giants ready to start their initial drive of the game. And they'll be led out by their quarterback, the former Louisville Cardinal, Teddy Bridgewater.
And he ought to have a lot of pep in his step after last week's performance because he did exactly as you want him to play if you're a coach. 3 touchdown passes, 0 interceptions, which usually means you're making a lot of right decisions out there.
And got him the win. They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 88 yards, and a touchdown.
Nice solid showing from him last week. Didn't blow the roof off with his numbers, but he certainly had a quality day and produced when called upon.
On second down at 4, Bridgewater. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Cowboy defense has a touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. The extra point up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. From the 6. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So the Giants getting the football back here for their second drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
7 yards there and a first down. To throw, Bridgewater. That's complete into the hands of Myers. Second down at 4. Up the middle with Barkley. And he's going to be stopped up quickly here. Just a yard up to the 39. Third and short yardage, Bridgewater. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by Leighton Vander Esch. And they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Now we'll see what the right arm of Dak Prescott has in store as the Dallas Cowboys offense sets up shop.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. First carry now for Kareem Hunt.
Sometimes you get all those big guys down there in one spot, and there's just nowhere to go. And in this case, the defensive tackle used his strength and swallowed him up.
He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end, and this will remain a 1-touchdown game.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Barkley. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. From just shy of midfield, Bridgewater. And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. It's picked up by the Cowboys. He's at the 30. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. And that play just looked a little helter-skelter from the start. That's the risk as a quarterback. Once you take off with that football, you might fumble it, and he did.
And he was going for the reward, which is gaining yardage, breaking down the defense. But you're right about the risk. Always lurking out there, someone always trying to get to the football. Try to find a place to cover up and slide and protect what you've earned.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Prescott now after the fumble recovery. And it's intercepted at the goal line. And the Giants are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And as we've seen, points have been precious so far, and they just threw some away on that snap. And look, let's face it, as we advance further into this game, that play will be on the minds of everyone who's watching it. They wonder if this is the turning point. Is this the spot where those points were given away and could cost them a ball game?
Back on offense, New York gets set to take over. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And he powers through the first wave, but he's going to be swallowed up behind the line of scrimmage.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Running again with Barkley on 2nd down. And he'll earn a couple of tough yards past the 30 to the 31. Now, right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Forced out to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. A couple of first downs on the drive already, as they'll go from the 47 now on first down. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. To throw again on second down. Bridgewater steps away to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. Now a timeout called for by the defense. So as they take it over, we step aside. Bridgewater's throw caught by Tony. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. On second down, here's Barkley. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
So a solid run by Saquon Barkley, and another 1st and 10 here. Throwing is Bridgewater. That's complete to Robinson. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. To throw again on second down. Bridgewater. Here's Tony on the quick slant. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Ready to roll for the second quarter from MetLife Stadium. The Giants with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down. Barkley, inside handoff. And here's another tackle made at the line, so they're converging well on the football now. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Throwing, Bridgewater. And they're going to drop him well shy of the 1st as he can only make it to the 11. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the left hash, a chip shot here. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense. The firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
So here are the Cowboys to take over. Last week, they got the victory against the San Francisco 49ers. They've got the lead in this one as well right now. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. That is caught by Lamb. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49.
Defense.
What was that, Rob?
So the penalty declined, and they will keep the yardage on the completion.
And you could almost see him compartmentalize there throughout the route. Fought hard at the line of scrimmage, a lot of hand checking throughout the route. Great job staying focused on the football and pulling it in through the contact.
Yeah, maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming, pick them up, pick them up. And someone jumped.
And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Handoff up the middle. Hunt. And some space here. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one 28 yards on the ground.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. But they didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Here's Prescott. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. They'll run with Hunt on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. The Cowboys at 1-1 through 2 games thus far. It's not a start that's going to set the world on fire, but they've been pretty solid nonetheless.
And the first thing that crosses my mind, it certainly beats the alternative of starting 0-2. I do think that this is a team that's going to take a little time to find its footing. Hard to navigate the always tough NFL.
40 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
8 yards the tally on that 1st down run. Here's 2nd and 2. To throw is Prescott. He finds his man complete. It's Ferguson. And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
When an offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because there should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Moving backwards on 1st down, never a good thing. What does that do for the mindset on 2nd down?
Well, it changes your play call, definitely, because as a play caller, you're advancing yourself thinking, okay, we're going to get a gain here. Now you've got to go back in reverse, come up with something to pick up not just the yardage lost, but gain a few extra.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Jalen Tolbert, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Certainly there are good things about quick strike offenses that score fast, but a long drive can also work to your advantage as well.
In so many ways, Brandon, because number one, you get them tired, but the big one is mentally. They can't figure out how to slow you down, how to get off the field, how to get the ball back. They go to the bench wondering, what are we going to do next time in order to stop those guys?
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. And New York set to take the field. Their deficit is 11, 14-3, and needing to get something going here as they come up on 1st and 10. Bridgewater. It's caught. Smith. 2nd and 6. Bridgewater to throw it. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. This offense so far on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. Give him 32 on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Bridgewater now. It's Myers again with another catch. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll make it 2nd down. They'll throw again. Bridgewater. And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Amani Hooker. And the Cowboys are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. 3 first-half interceptions now. And, Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
They'll begin the drive with Hunt. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. On play action, Prescott. To the sideline, and wow, what a catch there. He doesn't get a lot, but he was able to get the feet down complete. On third down, it's Prescott. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on third down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to. On fourth down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. It's a return of 4 following a 42-yard punt, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Bridgewater. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. It's a gain of 11 and a Giant first down. To throw is Bridgewater. And this is incomplete.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Bridgewater again. He finds Robinson. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return, and the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. They'll start with Hunt on the ground. And he'll just plow right into a host of tacklers. Nothing there at all, and it'll be 2nd and 10. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Prescott. They'll go screen here to Hunt. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. Prescott on 3rd and 2. Flush to his right. And this one is incomplete. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. It's taken to the 26. 45 yards, that's what the punt goes for. 5 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Giants now going to take over late in this first half. Well, not much time remains here in this first half. We'll see if they can get something out of this drive, at least a field goal. They could certainly use it, down by 2 scores. This one goes out wide for Barkley. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Throwing again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And quickly into the hands of Robinson. Now another timeout called for by the offense, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Bridgewater on 3rd and 2. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And the Cowboys are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, these defensive coaches, they sure like what they've got in this rookie corner, and with good reason, as you saw there.
He only cost him a day 2 pick, and a lot of people thought he had first-round ability. But when he was available on draft night, that was one where you didn't need the full time to make the selection. You call that pick in early, and he shows why he was so coveted with that interception there.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Following the interception, here's Prescott. He finds his target. It's Schultz. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range, down just shy of the 20. 17 yards on the play there, and the Cowboys have a first down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Cowboys out on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman. And a no break needed. Let's get back to it. Week 3, here we go with quarter 3. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gordon, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. Following the interception, here's Bridgewater. He's got his man downfield. It's Robinson. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards that time.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. He'll get this out to Barkley, complete. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. It's Barkley once again bringing in the catch. And they'll work this down inside the 30. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. Here it's 3rd and 2. And again, it's Bridgewater. And he's going to be taken down. Pressure gets there back at the 39-yard line. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Well, that time, it looked like he essentially just ran right into the pass rush.
Yeah, partner, I'm not much of an outdoorsman, but the fish jumped right into the net, didn't he? Because you've got to make sure that you're deep enough that you can get around the defensive end, have an angle there. But he couldn't do it because he actually cut that one off. Really nice play coming off the edge.
And that one, an absolute backbreaker. A chance to get back within a score, couldn't do it.
Yeah, that one went begging, as they say, right? There's the opportunity, and it was missed. But all hope's not lost just yet. But, boy, getting back within 1 score would have been a powerful motivator for their defense to take the field with.
And this one complete. It's Fehoko. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. We'll get an update when we return to MetLife Stadium. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now, 1st and 10, as they've got it to the 28-yard line. try going up the middle. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott, left side to Lamb. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. On 3rd and 1, here's Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line.
And I think there defensively, they were so intent on stopping the run that they kind of got caught out of position. This is just a simple pitch and catch for a first down.
On 1st down, they'll run with Hunt. And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Prescott. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And the Giants are right back in this football game. That is the play they needed in a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
No doubt about it. They did what they had to do to give themselves a chance to get back into the game. They turned it over to the offense. They are now in charge.
Now they need to execute. Play action now. Bridgewater. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. Dancing to his left. Oh, good move. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first. From the gun, Bridgewater. That's caught left side. Myers with it. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. To throw again on 2nd down. Bridgewater. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Throwing, Bridgewater. He finds his man. It's Robinson. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So it's Giants football here as we welcome you back. A couple of first downs have them to the 40 now on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Bridgewater gets this out to Saquon Barkley. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Trayvon Diggs. And the Cowboys force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now they are really in the driver's seat here, enjoying this lead late in the 4th quarter. The defense does have all 3 timeouts, but at this point, doesn't look like it's going to matter much. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. Now a 2nd timeout called for by the defense, as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. On 3rd and short, they'll try option left. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout, and they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. 38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Here's a handoff out of the gun. And he'll take this up over the 40 to about the 41. Prescott, he goes down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So this one will end in a victory for the Dallas Cowboys.
Charles, for this losing side, their heads are hanging as they walk off the field today. And really, we know why. Those 3 turnovers by that offense, that's ultimately what doomed them.
And this is what coaches preach all the time to every team that we ever talk with. Taking care of the ball on offense, trying to take it away on defense. And let's face it, when you give it away 3 times in one game, you make it very difficult for your team to get the W.
So for the Cowboys, it's back-to-back victories now after the Week 1 defeat as they move to 2-1. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks.